Where is he taking you to? What does he want to show you today?
The words I'm getting is Mesopotamia.
Yes.
We're going to above and beyond.
Awesome.
We're going to pure source light.
And how does it feel flying on his back like that, this huge dragon?
Spectacular and calm and freeing, and it's interesting as I see the wings more than I see the body. The body is a vessel, but an open vessel, and it's transparent. And they're saying, this is me. This is you. And the collective of the trifecta are still here with me and you right now.
They're flying with you.
They are ahead of us, and they, in their energetic robes, they are in different colors.
Yeah.
And Yeshua steps forward and is in white, all white, glowing white with a gold crown, but it's not the crown the way we know it to be, like the way that kings and queens have crowns. It's this gold weaving that's around Yeshua's head, and they're flying high. They're in the distance, Jill.
And can you let the audience know who the other two were that we were talking to before we started?
Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel.
Thank you.
And they want to be clear that they come in form, yet no form. And they are directing this dragon that I am sitting on with these massive wings. And it's interesting, the wings are shifting and changing from metal to feather, feather to metal. And Yeshua is saying, this is exactly how many of us feel in these moments and times. The metal is the heavy energy, and the feathers are the light energy. And they're saying, as a bird, you pull out a feather, or a feather is dropped, yet you've got the quill, and yet you've got all the other parts. If you look, if you had to, you know when you take a feather, Jill, and you do this with a feather, if you go down, it breaks, doesn't it? But if you go up, it feels really smooth. Yes. Yeah. And they're saying this is part of the weaving. And now there's just all these light codes coming through, all these energetic patterns, different frequencies. The one that's sticking out and standing out right now is a wand. Caucasus wand, is that how you say it?
I don't know.
The one that goes intertwined, and then it's got the wings at the top.
Oh, is it called the caducee? Or
yes, that's correct. Caduceus,
something like that.
Caduceus or caduceus wand.
Don't ask me, I'm just as good as
Cadeus, I think it is.
Ceus, caduceus or something.
That's right, yes, thank you. They're saying thank you for that. And they're showing me that this wand is where Jesus is holding it. And it's a very healing wand, yet Archangel Gabriel's got one, and Archangel Michael. So it's like right in front of me is Jesus, and then the two archangels on either side. And they're all holding these wands, and the wands are coming together, and they're showing me in the third eye of this dragon, yet the third eye of all of us. And they're saying that these energetic patterns, and they're saying that you said it exactly as for what is up and coming in terms of the light workers. Many of us have done the work to become light workers. And many of us like the energy of this dragon that has been around since millennia. Many of us have been around backwards and forwards, forwards and backwards, backwards and forwards, forwards and backwards. We have come backwards and forwards to earth many, 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 many times. And this is the time that is being referenced as this is where we all hold these wands of light.
Can you do me a favor, Michi, and can you just get, where your cords are hanging over your chest, just see if you can pull them to the side to go. Yeah, it was just rubbing and making a noise. Yep, thank you. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's okay. So they're saying thank you for that. And they're saying we all hold these lights, these wands of light. And they take me back to the dragon with the heavy wings. And they're showing me the dragon has, so they're saying how they showed the heaviness of the lead and then the light of the wings, the feathers. But as time is shifting at a rapid rate.
Could you repeat that, because you just froze for a bit?
They're saying we have interference. They just want to clear the interference.
Thank you.
There are many dark beings right now. They want to clear it. Whew. They're saying that I've had one centrifugally attached. And they're saying it doesn't matter if I don't understand what that word means, but centrifugal, it's right in the center. They're showing me a pip. You know how we get a peach or a nectarine? It has a pip and it has a hard outer shell. But then if you open it up, it is soft in the inside. And that's where the seedling is. And they're showing me this was deeply embedded in one of my cells, which was an implant that was planted a very, 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 very long time ago before I came into this body. And they wanted to just, they anointed their wands, they put them together, and they're drawing this energy out. And they're saying for any of us that have had or are feeling the denseness of the energy of the collective, they're giving us as a tool that we imagine these three wands together, and that we can place the wand on our body wherever we are feeling pain, and we can pull out, we can let the energy transmit to the other side to help with any pain, suffering, guilt, frustration, anger, loss of voice. Many of us have been through many losses over these last few times in humanity. He says, you and I were recently talking about how I was mentioning the separation, how I've noticed the separation. It's gone, thank you. They're saying this being of darkness wasn't a being as such of anything. It was an implant. And they show me, you know how an implant has pulsations. still pulsates,
Mm.
pulsates, 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 pulsates. But as soon as there's negativity, it becomes a siren. Walk, 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 like a real loud siren in our heads.
Yeah.
And they're saying I felt this early on because I was walking and I had a real, even though it was deep in here, it was connected in and came up, and I could feel I had a real sharp pain in my left eye. And they're saying this was very necessary to stop these interferences, because these interferences of these beings are the ones that are wanting us. And they're showing me the word, and they're jumping a lot today, Jill. They're saying just bear with them, because there's lots of information that wants to come through, that needs to come through. Black rock, black rock, black rock, black rock. Who names a company Black Rock? And they're saying it is interesting how many of us at times are speaking about these forces to be reckoned with. We all know of them. We all know who they are. We need to stop speaking about them, because the energy is going towards them.
Mm.
We need to stop speaking about the Illuminati, the Cabal, the dark forces. We all know they exist, don't we?
Yes.
And Jesus is coming forward. His light is so, so, so serene and peaceful and loving and kind. He says, now is the time. Oh, I wish you could see what I'm seeing.
Mm.
Gabriel's come and put his hand on Jesus. And Archangel Michael's put his hand on the other shoulder of Jesus. And there's just millions and millions and millions and millions of angels. You know, when you look at an airport, but where the plane is on the tarmac, Jill, and you know how all the lights light up.
Yes.
I just see millions and millions and millions and millions, and they show me that they're all holding. They're standing back to back, but back and front and back and front, like if we're standing in a line, but how they all have each other. And they're showing us that as they have each other, we have each other.
Mm.
We have each other's backs, not only you and me, but they're saying that many humans have each other's backs.
Yeah, it's a
It is
time for support.
important. Yes. And they're showing that this is so important in this picture that I'm giving to everyone right now, because it's not as if I'm pushing, you know, if I was standing behind you, I'm not pushing you away. I'm
No.
holding you, I'm supporting you. And this is how we have each other in this golden light, in this infused golden light.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It is, sure. And
Mm.
the colors change. All these multi dimensions that are all interacting, all interconnecting with each other. No more speaking about what we already know. We are aware. They are aware of what has taken place on earth. They're saying you have questions, Jill, around this.
Yeah, I know, because we were just saying that it's time for onwards and upwards now. You know, no more pity parties. Let's actually start lifting our vibrations. And soon it's going to be elections in our country and in the USA as well. So what can people expect? What is the lead up to this? Because we now are in September. What can we expect? There seems to be sort of divisions starting again.
They're showing me two lead doors with big wooden handles. and the Acropolis. And they're showing me all the Greek gods. And Zeus is coming forward. Zeus is a warlord. And they're showing me Troy. Hercules. Those three right now. And they're saying they're going to be doing things in threes for the session today. Because
Why
as
they
you
showing
said,
you? Yeah.
trifecta.
Why are they showing you those three?
Those three are coming for the divide. The war that has already divided. And they're showing us that Zeus's power, Zeus's energy has always been strong. And Zeus has won wars. And they're saying that this is a time for a demarcated, they're saying, listen to the words, demarcated, where things have been marked, event. This is a time for the United States to have radical change. And they're saying, please believe them. So now they've got Zeus, Hercules standing here and here. And then they've got Archangel Gabriel, Jesus, and Archangel Michael. And their light is bright in this massive, massive diamond shape. And they're saying no more interferences. This is a radical change for humanity. They're saying, please believe their words. Please believe their truth. There are many humans that are displaying many different ways of not believing that a true leader, that people have forgotten what a true leader looks like, feels like, is all about the people. And they're showing me millions and millions of people saying, power to the people, power to the people, power to the people. And they're saying this is the collective energy of how this coming together, these diamond shapes, these stars. And they're saying how incredible that a diamond has to go through so much pressure in order to become a diamond, does it not?
Yeah. Well, then we must all be diamonds at the moment.
Yes. Yet at the same time, there have been many tragedies in order to get the diamonds, in order to have our sparklies on our rings. There's been many who have died off. And again, they're saying, power to the people, power to the people, power to the people. They're saying in the number 3, there is division and separation. Yet in the 3, there is change. Radical, radical, radical change. Americans need to choose wisely, not from their heads, from their hearts, before they put a tick. And they want us to know, or they want the Americans to know, that the one political front that is already being in power. He never upheld many of his promises. He thought he was the people's people, or the people's president. Many thought of him to be the people's president, but this is not true. They want us to know this. Zeus is so funny. He's saying that this gentleman had too many spray tans. He says the true Greeks are the ones that have the natural tans. He says, look for the one that gives information freely, that speaks truthfully. And they're saying this is where the effect of America will have a ripple effect for the rest of the world. They are asking that this message goes out to the collective and for everybody that hears it to talk about it. As this is a time to embrace, a time to celebrate. For us here in this country, and it's interesting as the pharmaceuticals have an allegiance together between America and New Zealand. Only two countries in the world where there's mass media. And when that country changes, this country changes. And they're saying, isn't it fascinating how a mass country with millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people, the United States, and then a tiny country, New Zealand, that only has a few million people. Yet the connection, the magnetic connection between the two, they're saying doesn't matter on the amount of people only or the size of our countries in terms of the land, Jill. They're saying the magnetic, and they're showing me the magnetic pull. They're saying New Zealand, they're showing me, you know how a magnet has two endings, two positive endings. And it's pulling the magnetism of the United States. But there's a repel. You know when you put two magnets together and they don't join? Yes. They're saying this is what's happening energetically between all of us as human beings right now, as there's confusion. And they're saying it's important, though, that we do not decide to be confused. It is all about being re-educated in a different way. Not, well, we thought like this, or we thought like that, or this is the way that it should be, or this is the way that it's meant to be. What is it that we want within the power to the people, the power to the people, the power to the people? And they're saying that this gravitational energetic pull, and it's massive, is affecting many's hearts. Many are dying off at the moment. Many are having huge heart attacks and strokes due to what has been an unforeseen change in evolution. And they're saying unforeseen as it was like the carpet was ripped out from underneath us. So many millions felt like they did not have a choice, and many did not have a choice. And they're taking these ones and they're putting it together. And they're charging They're charging our roots and our sacral energy, our sacral chakras.
Mm.
Many of us, as the root is the I am. I am powerful. I am powerful. So many of us have been feeling the old energy within these energetic centers and going back to old ways. Eating too much, me, I've been eating too much. They're laughing at me. They're telling me to stay out of my pantry. They, they
Go,
said,
boys.
they said I'm not a mouse. I must stop eating like a mouse. And because I nibble a lot. They're laughing at us as human beings. But they're saying that this gravitational pull, this repelling, magnetizing, they're saying, hold on. They want to get this correct.
Magnetism.
That's what I thought, but they're saying no. It is not the magnetism of what we're hoping for it to be right now, as there's a huge amount of chaos. There's this kinetic energy that is very frenetic at the moment, Jill. And it's not gravitating, it's not pulling us together, it's pushing us apart.
Mm.
So others, and we spoke about this, about how all these old stories are coming up about those being vaxxed, those not being vaxxed, those have had heart attacks, those that haven't had heart attacks, those are going to stay, those aren't going to stay. And they're saying, they're taking us back to the diamonds. Many of us are proud to wear diamonds on our fingers, as it has been how we have been constitutionalized and institutionalized to love something that is on our hands. They're saying we're not here to make this right or wrong. They're making a statement of the fact we do not know how many people died in the mines, Jill.
Mm.
Yet we like the bling.
Yeah, it's what we've been sold.
Correct.
Marketed.
And they're saying, listen to your words. It's what we have been sold.
Mm. So it's time for clarity.
Correct. And they're saying in the clarity of the now, the magnetism, what is it that you humans want?
Mm.
And as we decide what it is, we talk about our tribes, we talk about compassion, we talk about love, we talk about respect. Respect is a big thing for us as human beings. Yet who have we disrespected the most in our journeys? Ourselves, have we not?
Mm.
So Archangel Gabriel is coming forward right now and saying there is a collective gathering, Jill, of humans that are leaving. His healing energy collects those souls that leave. And he's saying, can you hear my dog in the background?
It's what Star doing.
She's dreaming, yet she's in the energy of the collective. And the animals are feeling the losses. That's fascinating. They took their wand and put it on her third eye. And she calmed down. And they're showing me the violet flame and the golden light all together. When I do this, my right side is all within the violet flame, and my left side, I see golden light. And they're saying that these are intertwining in the energy. And they're saying it's very important. Archangel Gabriel wants us to know that as much as he's healing comes to us, His healing is evolving those that are leaving.
Mm.
Those are evolved souls that are leaving. Not souls that cannot handle being here on earth. We all say that. They're evolved souls. They've come to do their work, and He is happily helping them to go back to the light. So they're reminding us collectively that we are all here within our particles. And within our particles, and they're showing me thousands of different reflections of different mirrors. And in our particles, we are here for the part of who and whom we are playing.
Mm.
For the collective, for our soul families, for our contracts, our soul contracts. They're saying that this magnetism between these two countries, ours and the United States, there will be a repelling that will happen, and we will all feel this energetic shift. Some people may feel as if they are going crazy, schizophrenic. There's a huge amount of that in this country specifically at the moment. A huge amount of mental health, mental health, mental health, mental health. It's my mental health, it's my mental health. They're saying, do we even realize what that means when we say mental health? That means we stay stuck in our mental. When we are mental, we are metal. Metal. Do you hear the same?
Mm.
Metal, mental.
So you're not flowing.
Correct. They show me as if when you put on a hard hat, or in the Vietnam War, they had those hard hats. World War One, World War Two.
Metal helmets as such.
Correct. This transition, this change will be as if we will feel as if we are going through World War III, Jill.
Yeah.
We have to brace ourselves.
Mm.
And there are different perspectives, many different perspectives, millions of different perspectives. They said this is how we roll as human beings. Some will align with this one, some will align with that one, others will align with... So they're saying, as an example, when you asked me at the beginning, who else is here besides Yeshua? As soon as I mentioned Archangel Gabriel, people go, ah, yes. And then other people would go, Archangel Michael. There's a resonance in our souls. And they're going back to the political leaders. Please, can we listen to what our souls knowing is trusting us with? Us as light workers, we are the truth, the light, and the way. They're saying they hope this makes sense.
Yeah, no, I think that's just wonderful. I really listened intently.
Thank you.
And when you started, they were taking you to Mesopotamia. So could you get back on the dragon with them in front showing you the way? And let's hone in on Mesopotamia and see what it is they'd like you to see there today. Thank you.
Clarity, green spaces, simple way of life. Mesopotamia is a garden of Eden, Jill.
Mm.
Everything is in balance. Everything and everyone lives in harmony. Everyone sees one another. No anger, just clarity, peace, transformation. And they're showing us this today, as this is where 2027, 2028, 2029, the huge transformation of change is happening already.
Yeah.
And they're saying this is a clarification of the information you've already delivered. And they're saying, hence, the clearing of the fires is very necessary for change, for the power to the people, power to the people, power to the people. They're saying it's necessary to take back the power of your water, our water. It's necessary. So they're giving us the vision of Mesopotamia and what is already happening. All this greenery. There won't be the taking down of trees, animals that are endangered or sought for food only. They're talking about the endangered species. That many within different cultures, one culture specifically, that want the rhino horns. They're saying the animals collectively within their consciousness have created this change. And it's as in anything, when there's an evolutionary process, there is the negative that brings humans down, as we are all in feeling. Yet humans are one of the most resilient species ever made. So we keep coming back stronger, faster. Yet the harder is going to be taken out. We will be within ourselves stronger, but within our heart resilience. This is what we have been building as the community of light workers. And they think that the timing, I'm asking them, this is strange. They're saying I must continue. They think that the timing of the 666, 999, 888, 777, 111, 333,
Would you, sorry to
555.
interrupt you, we did a destabilization again. If you just go back and see, they want us to.
They want us to know that in the thinking, and they're saying thank you for that they think, that we know what's best for Mother Earth. Yet at the same time, we're all seeing different patterns in the different numbers. 999, 666, 111, 444. And as we are seeing these different patterns, these are different light codes that are being delivered to us in these moments. Yet it's really, really, really important in order for Mesopotamia to exist. We inside of ourselves and ourselves need to stop fact finding. And they're saying what they mean by this is Stop believing everything that has been thrown at us. They have said this many times before. Yet humans still choose to believe in what is thrown at us. They're saying we are not here to act stupid no longer. There are new platforms that are already being developed. And the old platforms as we know them will no longer exist. They're saying, please believe them when they say, as the trifecta, that this is energetically imprinted already for our change, Jill.
That's great.
It is great. It's a great time to be alive.
So thank you for that. What about what's happening with that whole African continent?
The light codes are slowly being unlocked, and our up-and-coming trip will rapidly bring transformation. And in this transformation, they are showing me these tectonic plates that are within Africa, that this light activation that's coming is where the shift, the ripple effect. There will be famines once again. There is devastation within many of the countries. War. These are the darkest of dark times, yet Africa has been diseased for 50 to 60 to 70 years already. The outward countries, China, Russia, United States, Australia, Colombia, South America, have been targeting Africa. And they're showing me warlords, lots of warlords. And the warlords are collective, Jill. They're not one like a drug lord or it's a whole bunch of warlords. And they're saying there's energetic imprints that these warlords have been creating this negative energy. And they're saying this is part of the shake-up that is very much needed, as is far too much corruption, far too much ownership.
Control.
Correct. Far too much control. And within all these systems, they are asystematic. Yet I'm also being shown asymmetry. And when something is asymmetrical, Jill, they are saying that there is great change.
I was shown when you said asymmetrical, I saw a row of cemeteries.
They're saying correct. Yet it is important for those of us, dust to dust, ashes to ashes. It is important, as remember, everything has an energetic blueprint. So the cemeteries are not necessary anymore. What happens when bones are pulled up or a body is dug up? There is a blueprint, an energetic blueprint So they're saying once again, there is a vast change within the land. Yet they know that the corruption is dissipating. It will take another 10 to 20 years before the complete process, the complete cycle of change happens. Yet there will not be the slavery that has existed for a very, very, very long time, Jill. Very long time.
Excellent. Excellent. So Yeshua and Archangel Gabriel and Michael, what is the biggest message that you would like everybody to know at this time?
Go forth and be strong. We have shared this message over and over again to many different collectives, many different beings of light, many different light workers. Go forth and be strong, and power to you, power to me, power to us all individually as we connect with our different teams of light. They are showing us, trust them. They are guiding us, trust them. They are sharing and giving us exactly the upgrades that are required for the change to happen. They're saying what that means is faith.
Yeah, trust. Yeah.
And as we have faith in ourselves and our judgments of ourselves, they're saying judgment is not as negative as we've been taught. When a judge is making a decision, it's a 50-50, is it not? When a judge needs to make a decision, he gets the facts or she gets the facts, yet it's a 50-50. Even when you have a jury, the jury come together to be on the same team, yet initially they are all individuals who are not on the same team. So they're now showing me a whole courtroom, but they're showing me earth as the courtroom. We have individual lawyers, we have the jury, we have the judge. Which player are we? Are we in the stands? Are we watching, observing? As I said, this is the best place to be. The observers of light. And subtly in our energetic blueprints and our energetic vibrations is where we are the change. We are not becoming the change. We are all individually the change. So power to the people, power to the people, power to the people. And they're saying it's important right now. Do you notice how they use my right hand, the masculine dominant energy, for the whole session? And they're finishing off with my left hand. The feminine energy is the most powerful that is coming in right now. It is soft, nurturing, kind, gentle, and faithful. We thank you.
Oh, look, thank you so much. I've really enjoyed this session and your words. That's just lovely. Really appreciate it.
We thank you, Jill, for all your work, and we thank Michelle. And we know that this is an imperative time for change. So may we please ask that you continue these sessions with us collectively.
Yep, we certainly will. Thank you for
We
coming.
appreciate your time and your effort. We thank you both.
Absolute pleasure. And Michelle, with that, opening up those big, beautiful brown eyes and coming back. Welcome back to paradise. It was a beautiful session.
Gosh, that was great, eh?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, usually when I listen to you and that, I'm sort of getting guided with this next question. But this time I was listening intently to absolutely everything. And it's so weird. I think I'm getting so in sync with you that before you say something, I'm actually seeing it. I was already seeing those metal pith helmets, that like, even the German Kaisers, and that they had it during that First World War. Going, oh my gosh, I'm already seeing it.
And you know what, Julie, it's become important for me in the last few days is to listen. Just to really listen. Brent and I keep saying, and when we're listening to anyone, we feel heard. But often, and I'm at fault for this a lot, as you know, but like especially when I'm excited, like we both get very excited. You were excited. Was it this morning we spoke or yesterday? Yesterday.
This morning.
Yesterday. No, man, you've called me yesterday.
No, man, and you said, why are you so excited? It was this
Was
morning.
it this morning? Shit. Seriously?
Yes. You said, why are you so excited?
Julie, I swear it was yesterday.
Was it? Well, maybe
When
you're
was
right.
your session? When your session was yesterday?
Oh, it was yesterday. You're right. Time flies.
Oh, that's funny. Oh God, yeah, it was yesterday when you were so excited. But you know what? It's about really listening and feeling heard, and whatever that means, it just feels like a very different energy to be in. When we hear one another, it feels like that's what I love about these sessions is because. Number one, I never know what's going to come through, who I'm going to meet. Number two, the information. But the other thing is there's just such a pureness in how when you listening and you holding space and how they hold space for us. You know what I mean? It's incredible.
It's like a story just unfolding. They
Oh,
already
wow.
know, and then they're showing you the images, and then you are just conveying. You're the storyteller.
Yeah, that's so true. And it's fascinating because
They're the author, and then you are reading the script as such and reading it to us.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, it's also how you're already receiving the downloads of how you're going to direct me, and then it's kind of like you hand over the baton, like it's a relay. They bring it through you, and then and that's the trifecta. For me, it just feels like
Yes, and how they set it up so that when I put you through your induction, they already know which way they want this to go.
yeah.
That's why they gave me the image of the dragon in the boat, and me seeing the three of them there for you.
Yeah.
And then you go and see them in front of that flying dragon.
Oh,
I mean, I've never done a dragon before. It's like,
no.
Why are we doing a dragon?
Yeah. No, and it's just beautiful because and it is I mean, I don't know if you felt the same when you did the discourse with Alba, but like the visuals, like just to see all those lights, all those, it's just all these millions of lights, which they've shared other times, like in lanterns. Remember that we did that one session, they spoke about how we all lanterns and we all lit up and how everything's interconnected. We're all interwoven.
You know what? It's that time when Alba hypnotized me and I started getting so emotional because I saw that avenue of lights, and then I looked at them and they were these huge crystalline beings of light, and they were all the angels, and they were giving me a guard of honor, and there I was sitting next to God, and we were looking at this army of light workers in front of us. It's when you see that, the way you see that, it's like our job to try and interpret as much as we can what we're seeing, what we're being shown, because it's for us all.
Absolutely.
Hey.
That's the beauty of it.
So having said that, I'll just bring this forward. Let me just do that. Next week, Sunday, for the Americans in Europe.
Americans, Europe,
is the 8th? Is it the 8th for?
It is, I'll tell you now.
And it's the 9th for us.
Which is actually, I think I sent something to you. We made it on the 10th. The 10th for us and the 9th for United Kingdom, Europe. So the 10th of September for us at 8 a.m. And then it was going to be the 9th for the rest of the world.
That's right. So it's Sunday for us and it's Saturday for them.
Yes.
Okay. So what we are going to do, guys, I'm actually going to hypnotize Michelle live in front of everybody, and each person can ask one question, but you must email me the question before the session, and we're going to start right on time, because Michelle will only have X amount of time to answer everybody, and it's only going to be for a limited few people so that everybody can get their questions answered. And we will charge for that, and I'll put the link below this session so that you can see it. So it's a fraction of the cost that Michelle usually charges for private sessions, but sometimes, you know what, you've got one burning question that you just need an answer to. So if that's the case, please email me. JILL Wanaka is where I live, WANAKA, Jill Wanaka @gmail.com. I will put that underneath as well. Anything else you need to add, Mish?
Yeah, so we have 20 spaces. We're keeping it limited, and it's 3 hours. And what I was just thinking of is like Jill and I explaining how Jill gets to see things. My real deep hope and sense is that with you guys being in it, because you will be with us live, but Jill is going to be the conduit to ask a question. So what happens is, go to my website first. I've set it up on www.michellecarpenter.co.nz, and then go under an Earth Masters Gathering, Jill and Michelle. You'll see it, click on it, pay the $60, and then you'll get the Zoom link. We'll connect probably 10 minutes beforehand, but the beauty of this is that you guys will be with us on Zoom. You'll be with us in this energy. And, you know, normally what I find is one question, even though it's for you, would be for somebody else, but Jill's going to be the one asking the question. And I think we're going to have lots of aha moments. And I'm going to really ask you guys something from my heart. Please support us. Please support us. We love doing this work, hey, Jilly?
Yeah, we do.
And I know often I receive messages of, you know, how you would like to donate, and we're like, oh no, we love doing this work, but I'm asking for the support, and I would honestly love the support because Jill gives of her time, and so do I. We do it just from such a beautiful space of love, and it just feels so wonderful to be able to bring this together. And we thought that maybe we'd perhaps even do it maybe once a month. We'll see how it goes depending on our travels and that kind of stuff. As you all know, Jill and I just do things when they show up.
And guys, we're going to be in Christchurch over the weekend of the 13th, the 14th and the 15th of October. We're going to be at the Mind, Body and Soul Holistic Health Expo in Christchurch. And on that Saturday night, Michelle's going to be connecting everybody with Spirit. She's going to be passing messages from Spirit. And I'm going to teach everybody how to connect with Spirit, and then do a group regression hypnosis session. So you're welcome to come to that as well if you're listening to this from Christchurch, or if you want to fly in from wherever. And that's going to be 15 New Zealand dollars for the night from 7 in the evening until 10 o'clock that night. And I think there are only 60 seats there as well. So it's also going to be quite limited. I think that's it, hey?
Is it 15 or 50 New
50,
Zealand?
50 New
Awesome.
Zealand dollars.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Okay, awesome. But
So
yeah,
this was
guys, thank you.
spontaneous. That was good.
This
I'm
was-
glad
yeah.
you're available on Father's Day.
Yeah, I know it's Sunday. It's Sunday here in New Zealand. And Jill and I, we were just going to put out a message. And she's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, oh my God, let's do this. Because I just love it so much. So thank you, Julie. It was a beautiful, beautiful session. Really, it was. And, you know, guys, if you're new to this, if you're new to, go back and watch some of the other stuff on our YouTube platforms. Because so much of the information has come into light. It's been incredible. So much. So thank you, Julie. Really, thank you.
Just wait until you hear us when we're in Egypt. We might do a mini live from Egypt.
That'd be exciting.
Woo-hoo.
Yes, that'd be exciting, eh?
Yes, it's
Very
just
exciting.
like, as I was just listening to this and listening to you, I just can't believe how different I feel, Michelle. I feel so present, more present than I've felt in years. It's almost like something's just gone click.
You know, first of all, yes, I want to acknowledge you for that. I've most certainly seen the change because we've known each other for the last few years, and you've probably seen the change in me too. I hope I've seen the change in me too.
No, nothing. Same old same.
Okay, that's good. At least because I keep saying that to Brent. I know, I'm like, well, at least you've known me for 15 years, and am I still the same? He's like, yep, you are in many other ways, you know. But but you know what, Julie, it's so true, hey. And I realized we had some friends over last night for a braai, and man alive, it's quite challenging speaking to somebody who's so not present. Honestly, for me it is. It's like, you know, you speak and you're getting yep, yes, but like literally, yes, yep. And you're like, wow, like actually I'm just wasting my energy here. I'm wasting my time. That's how I sort of felt every now and again. And every now and again you got a connection where he would drop into his own body, but he just lived outside of himself, you know. And for whatever, I hope it probably sounds very judgmental, but probably is. But it was just like, man, this just feels like hard work, you know. It just feels like hard work. And I most certainly, that's the cool thing about getting older is that I just want simple and easy, and I just am not wanting hard work anymore.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I feel it's very important to set a boundary. And I saw this on Amanda Ellis as well. And I love her because she speaks.
Oh, she's great. She's so real, hey? She's
real.
Wonderful.
She's amazing. And she channels Michael Jackson, Lady Diana. But, you know, guys, please don't send me WhatsApps that are negative. Not interested. I just delete and I block. I'm not interested in the shit that happens. We know about the shit that happens in this life, don't we, Jill? We know.
And actually, we had this conversation, and I said that I was guilty of sending unsolicited stuff to, you know, a few people when I get my back up. But it's like I've had a big slap in the face, like a wake up. And it's just been wonderful to go, you know what? It's onwards and it's upwards now. No more of this nonsense. And I don't want to get it. And I certainly don't want to send it anymore. So Michelle and I said, it's going to be unicorns. It's going to be rainbows. It's going to be sunshine and whales and dolphin. And that's the way we're going to lift our vibes. You know, beautiful animals and puppies. Let's keep it light because we need to lift our vibrations now for the time ahead. And that's what we're going to do, guys. It doesn't mean that we don't know what's there. Yes, we do, but we're not buying into it anymore. And yep, it's going to be onwards and upwards.
I agree, Julie. And it is, guys. It's not about being negative in any way. It's like...
And even the fringe, it has to be up. It's driving me too lally. The glasses.
There's your Alice band. Yeah, exactly.
Greg said to me yesterday, you do realize you've got a pair of glasses on your head and you've got the other pair here. I said, yes, that's to keep my fringe out of my face, and these are the ones I can see. You thought I'd forgotten. No, Greg, I'm waiting for my fringe to grow.
Oh, funny.
Oh, dear.
But you know what? Can I just make one last point before we leave? In what you said earlier on, evolving can be so easy. Every now and again it feels uncomfortable. And the one thing I found with so many people, the emotional side of who we are can be very natural, can be very easy, can be very comfortable. But it's working through the emotions that makes us real, that keeps us real, that keeps us in an authentic space, whatever that looks like. Whatever that looks like, however, holding space for somebody is exactly that. Is even having these friends.
Listening to them.
Yes, yes.
So that's being present. And
yes.
some of them, sorry, Michelle, I interrupted, but some of them actually need more time than others.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, we want them, sometimes you go like, yeah, you get over it,
Completely.
But no, they're taking their time. As long as they don't hold it for years and months.
But some people just do.
But that's when they get the blockage, and that's when they're causing a blockage and they get ill.
Yeah, I know. And that's sometimes, I suppose, the challenge of
and then
what is the person's journey.
Say, are you tired of feeling like this? Are you tired of carrying that weight?
Yeah.
Let me hold it for you, pass it over.
Yeah.
And let's put it aside and let's fill something up in that hole.
Yeah. Or bring that, is it Caduceus? Caduceus.
I think it's Caduceus. Caduceus.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's got those intertwines and then it's got the wings.
Yeah. And it's almost like sometimes you see it when it's like medical stuff.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
I think Caduceus or something. Oh, Caduceus, an ancient Greek or Roman herald's wand.
Wow.
Typically one with two serpents twined around it. That's where I thought the medical, the serpents.
Right. Yes.
Carried by Hermes or Mercury.
Wow.
Yeah, it's identified with thieves and merchants and messengers. And Mercury is said to be a patron of the thieves and outlaws. What is the meaning of the staff? A badge of diplomatic ambassadors associated with commerce, eloquence, and alchemy. So that's it over here.
Hey?
That's it here. Look.
That's right. That's it. Yes.
But look at the wings.
Yeah, gorgeous, eh?
Yeah, those like angel wings.
Wow.
Beautiful. And look at it. It's the rod of Asclepius. Look at this. It's got the different. Isn't that interesting?
Wow.
But it almost looks like a musical note, doesn't it?
Shit, what do we do before Google?
Look at. I know, it's wonderful. It's just wonderful.
So wonderful.
And that also reminds me almost of DNA,
Very
so
true.
interesting.
Very true. Yeah.
Okay, Mish.
Okay, Jelly. Guys, please go onto my website. So this is next weekend, your 9th, my 10th. Just have a look what I sent you, because my phone's over there.
Yeah.
I can get it. But remember I said there's something about an energetic shift on the 9th? If you go into WhatsApp, please.
Did you send it to me on WhatsApp?
Yeah, I can get it quickly.
Michelle.
It was just the first few sentences about the 9th of September.
Oh, the 9th of September is also a remarkable date. There's no escaping the vibration of 9 on this day. It encourages you to work and create for the highest good of humanity. It's a very special vibration. It calls on you to live as an ascended master. Earth masters. And on the 9th of September this year, if you set your intention to live at this high level, then the universe will support you. Here we go. Awesome.
Fantastic. Yeah. So book in, guys, and we'll see you next weekend. Love you, Jelly.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Lots of love. Cheers.
Bye.
Oh, I can't even stop it. There we go. Cheers, guys.
You're still recording.
shit. Have you
still
frozen again?
recording?
Yeah.
You're still recording.